Hi, this is Karen Greenhouse, and today I'm going to show how to find the roots of a quadratic equation on both the Casio Prizm calculator and the TI-84 plus CE so that you can see the differences. So we're going to start here with the Casio, which I have on my left, and to get into the place to enter my function, I'm going to hit 5, which gets me into the graph menu, where you see I now have a place to enter my function. So I'm going to enter my function, my quadratic here. So negative 1.9x squared plus 1.5x plus 2. And on the Casio, we choose execute to set the equation. Let's kind of go over here and show the same process on the TI. So on the TI, I have my calculator here. To get into the y equals, I simply hit the y equals button up here at the top. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to enter my equation. So negative 1.9 x squared, so you'll note those things are in slightly different places on these calculators, plus 1.5x plus 2, and I hit enter on a TI calculator. So far everything's pretty much the same. So then we move into the next step, actually graphing it. On the Casio, so let's go over here to the left, I choose F6, which is the draw menu, and I will see my quadratic over here. On the TI-84, I choose the graph menu, sort of in the same place, just a different name. And again, I see my equation right here. I'm sorry, my graph right here. So now I want to actually find the roots. So this particular quadratic has two roots where it's crossing the x-axis. So we've got it here, and over here it's in the same place. So let's see how we do it on the Casio. So on the Casio, to get to the roots, we want to do this solve up here. So I'm going to hit the shift and then my F5, which will allow me to solve, and I get a menu of choices here. And what we want are the roots in this particular case. So I'm going to choose F1 under root. And you'll notice it immediately goes to the first root that I see right here. And that's what you do on the Casio. Let's go over here and get that same root over on the TI. On the TI, I'm going to kind of do the same step. I need to do the calculate. So to get to that, I'm going to hit second instead of shift, hit calculate. Now I get a list of options. I want the 0, which is what I'm looking for here. So I'm going to choose 2. And on the TI, we have to do a little bit more work. I have to kind of basically let the calculator know where that 0 is located. So it's asking me where on the left. So I'm going to use my arrow keys to kind of go a little to the left of where that root is. And I'm going to hit enter. Then it's going to ask me where is the right bound at. So I'm going to kind of go to the right of where that root is, hit enter. I could enter a guess by moving it, but I'm just going to hit enter again. And there is my root. So now I have the two left bound roots on this quadratic. So let's say I want to find the second one over here on the right. So for the Casio, if I come back over the Casio, all I have to do is, since we're on the left side, I want to hit the one on the right. I simply choose the right arrow and boom, I have the next root over here, and I can actually toggle back and forth between the two of them. On the TI, I have to do a little bit more. If I want to find this root on the right-hand side here, I'm going to have to go through the same process that I went through before. I'm going to have to do second, trace, choose number 2 for my value, and again, use my arrow keys to kind of identify where that root is. So here's my left bound, I hit enter, use my arrow to go down a little below my root and hit enter to show the right bound, make a guess, hit enter, and there is my second root, which again you'll see matches up. The nice thing with the Casio is I can go back and forth between these two roots and see them very quickly. On the TI, I need to actually make sure I write it down because if I want to go back to this one, I have to do the same process all over again. So that's how you find the roots of a quadratic on a TI-84 Plus Color Edition and also on the Casio Prizm.